Hi there, and welcome to another Sunny Days podcast at jollyville.com. That's JALEAVILLE.com. And I'm your host, Jolly. And today we've got some more uplifting stories, some more did you know, and even extra stuff. So grab a cup of sunshine and let's get started. Our first story up today, $1 billion gift. That's right, a billion with a B dollar donation to the Albert Einstein College of Medicine in the Bronx, New York City, will pay tuition for all of its students. The donation itself is considered to be one of the largest single philanthropic gifts to an educational institution and possibly the largest to a medical college. This gift was given by a Miss Ruth Gottesman, a former professor at the medical school and current chair of its board of trustees, donated the money that was left to her by her husband, David, who passed away in 2022. He's the founder of the investment group First Manhattan and was a protege of the billionaire Warren Buffett. Her husband left the stock portfolio to his wife and he told her, "Do whatever you think is right." And she said, "I wanted to fund students at Einstein so they could receive free tuition." It's just such a beautiful, beautiful gift. The elimination of tuition at Einstein joins a couple of other tuition free programs, a handful of them, of other medical colleges like that, including New York University and the Cleveland Clinic, have decided to go tuition free. Tuition at Einstein is currently close to $60,000 per year. It will be free starting in August. The average American medical student graduate owes $250,000 in total student debt. That's according to the data from the Association of American Medical Colleges. Wow, that's an astounding amount of debt. Critics have long since pointed out that the high cost of medical education is one of the factors that could be fueling physician shortage. So for Miss Ruth, she said, "We have terrific medical students, but this will open it up for so many students whose economic status is such that they wouldn't even think about going to medical school." So here's to a bunch of new docs and some great training. Thank you. That's a wonderful gift, Miss Ruth. And now a jolly chat story called The O'Connells and Seamus. Once upon a time, a little village with shimmering streets, there lived a family named the O'Connells. The O'Connells were a hard-working bunch, but life had been tough on them lately. Mr. O'Connell had lost his job at the mill, and Mrs. O'Connell was struggling to making ends meet, taking in laundry and cleaning houses. Their three children, Sean, Maeve, and Liam, missed the days when their home was filled with laughter and warmth. Despite the hardships, though, the O'Connells remained hopeful, believing the better days really were ahead. One crisp morning, as the sun peeked over the horizon, Sean stumbled onto a tiny, mischievous leprechaun in their backyard. The leprechaun's name was Seamus, and he was unlike any other leprechaun Sean had ever seen. Instead of causing trouble, Seamus had a heart full of kindness and a knack for spreading joy wherever he went. Seamus explained to Sean that he was on a mission to bring happiness to those who needed it most, and he had chosen the O'Connells as his next project. Sean was overjoyed and quickly introduced Seamus to his family. From that day on, Seamus worked his magic in the O'Connell household. He helped Mrs. O'Connell with her chores, making the laundry fold itself and the dishes sparkle like new. He entertained the children with enchanting stories and playful antics, turning their frowns into smiles. But Seamus's greatest gift was yet to come. With a sprinkle of his magical dust, he transformed the O'Connell's small, run-down cottage into a cozy, welcoming home. The walls were painted in warm, inviting colors. The furniture was soft and comfortable, and the shelves were filled with delicious food and treats. The O'Connells couldn't believe their eyes. They hugged Seamus tightly, thanking him for all of his kindness and generosity. Seamus simply smiled and disappeared with a wink, leaving behind a trail of shimmering dust and a family filled with happiness and hope. From that day on, the O'Connells' luck began to change. Mr. O'Connell, he found a new job at the bakery, and Mrs. O'Connell's laundry business flourished. The children excelled in school and made new friends, and the village prospered once again. As for Seamus, he continued his journey, spreading happiness wherever he went, but he always remembered the O'Connells and the special bond they shared, proving that sometimes a little bit of magic is all it takes to change a family's life forever. The end. And now, a Sunny Days happy birthday shout out to a one Miss Vera Fulton from New Orleans, Louisiana. She's a remarkable woman, is told, who is known in the Ninth Ward as a treasure, and she is celebrating a pretty big birthday. This past February, she celebrated 100 years old. She has lived in the lower Ninth Ward for most of her life and has poured so much of herself into her community. She's an active member of the lower Ninth Ward Senior Citizen Center, and it's credit for being a vital part of bringing back the center of things after Hurricane Katrina. She's still quite mobile. She cooks. She says she loves to clean and cook. She loves to be around her family and loved ones. Her family says she does not beat around the bush and will always tell you exactly how it is. She has one son, three grandchildren, and four great grandchildren. One of her tips for a long life, she says, 2 cups of coffee in the morning and 2 ice cold beers at night. She believes in treating others the way you want to be treated, and that's how she's lived her life. A very happy, super sunny days birthday to you, Miss Vera. And now, some fun information about leprechauns. Leprechauns have long been a part of Irish mythology and history, and their tale has been passed down through generations. These mythical creatures, despite their reputation for being very troublesome, they are, in fact, really fascinating. They are one of the most widely recognized symbols of luck, and we hope to find a bit of luck. We hope that you find a bit of luck in your day every day. Okay, some fun stuff. Leprechauns are considered to be trickster fairies. Even if they may not fit your initial concept of a fairy, this fictitious group is said to have been in Ireland before the arrival of humans. They are tiny and prone to mischief. The fairies of Irish tradition were thought to be kind of spiteful creatures whose magic could only make you happy one day but could very well kill you the next. In Irish tradition, the leprechaun has a variety of functions, but his main one is that of a mischievous trickster who can never be trusted and will always be getting into trouble. This is explained in the book of Spirit, Fairies, Leprechauns, and Goblins by folklorist Carol Rose. Now, in the fairy kingdom, leprechauns serve as financiers and shoemakers. I don't keep them busy. I mean, because all the little shoes, the fairies dancing around so much, their shoes are going to wear out. Seems like it would make it good. Some even claim that the leprechauns guard the treasure of the entire fairy world, while other tales attribute the leprechauns' wealth to the excellent shoes, right, that they produce. We were just saying. According to one legend, leprechauns play the role of bankers to prevent the fairies from spending all their gems at one time. Well, lucky leprechauns. Interesting. Okay, so what about the wearing green on St. Patrick's Day? Well, according to Irish tradition, leprechauns were said to wear green. If anyone else did so, they would be invisible to the leprechauns. Leprechauns are creatures who enjoy pinching anybody they come across. Therefore, a person is sure to avoid an unpleasant tweak by donning green attire. Celebrants on St. Patrick's Day often pinch one another who doesn't wear green as a reminder of the leprechauns that could appear at any time. Great story. Great story. And now some entertainment news. And this week, some entertainment news from the TV world. Many series premieres have already gotten underway. So let's see what we have. For ABC, Abbott Elementary launched its third season with a 1 hour premiere. The Connors launched their new series. Their new season. Not Dead are among a couple of the comedies that returned. American Idol also debuted its new season last month. And it's been an exciting time for Bachelor Nation. Both Bachelor in Paradise and The Golden Bachelor are wrapping up from their seasons in 2023. But fans, you're not going to have to wait long with everything already started up. Another highlight in ABC's 2024 schedule has been 911. That's set to release this month, I believe. It might have already released this month. Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 will also be making their returns as well. And if you aren't a subscriber to Hulu, ABC is using its ties to that streaming service to borrow the acclaimed Only Murders in the Building. And it is already on. Great show, personally, just happened like that one. And over at NBC, well, they've already kicked off new seasons of Law and Order, One Chicago shows, Night Court, La Brea, the fall 2023 shows like Found, Transplant, and The Irrational have closed out their seasons. Plus, we've got to also say hello to a new sitcom, Extended Family, a new AGT spinoff, America's Got Talent Fantasy League, and a Deal or No Deal re-imaging title, Deal or No Deal Island. Oh, and on top of all of that, we've also got The Voice season 25 with the first ever coach duo, Dan and Shay. Oh, they're going to have an exciting season as well. And last but not least, over at CBS, well, returning shows will include 48 Hours. It's in its season 36. 60 Minutes is in its 56th season. The Amazing Race, its 35th season. And then we've got Blue Bloods, Bob Loves Avishol, CSI, The Equalizer, The Neighborhood, the FBI series, the FBI International, and the FBI Most Wanted, Fire County, Ghost, NCIS, and NCIS Hawaii. So Help Me Todd, Survivor is in its 44th season, and the SWAT, the 7th and final season, and Young Sheldon as well. New shows Elspeth and Madlock will also launch. Well, sounds like TV's going to be getting pretty busy after that writer's strike. So as we come to a close of another episode, let's remember that the stories we share can serve as a reminder of the goodness that surrounds us every day. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So find your beauty, shine, and share it. Remember to spread love, joy, and positivity whenever and wherever you go. See you next week for more stories, entertainment news, some fun facts, and more. Until then, peace and love always. And thank you for tuning in to the Sunny Days podcast at jollyville.com. That's JALEAVILLE.com. And thank you.